Make a date with Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei at 6 a.m. from Monday to Saturday on Graphic Online, via Facebook and YouTube as he expounds on matters of faith. Graphic Online, truth and accuracy every day.
Hello, this is Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei of Living Streams International, bringing you matters of faith in Graphic Online. And this morning I'd like to capture my thoughts with the words, no shaking at Anxiety Boulevard. You know, I was just reading the scripture and it was just funny to me. It says, be anxious for nothing. Be anxious for nothing. Now, when I read that particular scripture, I thought about it for a while, and then I said, wow, now hear this very carefully. God admits that there will be moments of anxiety, that we may be introduced to certain periods in our lives where we may be anxious. God admits that there is something called anxiety, and anxiety is going to plague the high and the mighty and the low and the poor. Anxiety is going to plague many of us, if not all of us. So therefore, we'll be called one day or the other to sit at the table of anxiety. God admits that. But then God said, listen, you may not control the idea that you're being pulled. You may not control the pull into the valley of anxiety. But then God said, when you get there to the valley of anxiety, do not be anxious. Refuse to be anxious. He said, don't give a thought. And he says, for nothing. That means get into the I don't care mode. Get into the I don't fear mode. You can say, yes, I recognize this, but hey, it won't tear my button. You can say, yes, I recognize this, but hey, I refuse to shake. I mean, we have a couple of young men who work around, they call themselves No Shaking Society. Don't shake. God himself says, do not be anxious for anything. Be anxious for nothing. That means that particular thing that you see, which you think is huge, that is, this thing is going to kill me, consider it as nothing. That is why David captures it succinctly by saying, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Not some evil, nothing, zero. I won't fear anything. Because God is with me. And his rod and staff will be my comfort. You know what? The choice to be anxious is yours. You should say, I refuse to be anxious. You should say, I will not fear. That's what David said. Look, he said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I will. So the choice to fear, the choice to be anxious is yours. The situation may be there, the circumstances may demand anxiety, but the choice to be remains yours. Don't shake when you get to Anxiety Boulevard. Don't shake. No shaking at Anxiety Boulevard. Choice is yours. See you later.